Hello, everyone. This is Denise Gallagher. I am author and illustrator of Moonsong. I am here live for the International Day of the Girl. Um, I am going to go on to the page just to make sure that I am live and I can you guys can see me and I can see me and yeah, there I am. Oh wait. Live and I can you guys can see me and I can see me and yeah, there I am. Oh wait. Okay, now I've caught up with myself and I can see myself and I can not see you guys, but that's okay. This is becoming kind of the way that we do things is we talk to our computers and just, hope y'all are out there listening and watching and, paying attention. So I wanted to let you know that I am Denise Gallagher, author and illustrator of Moonsong, which here's my a little sign that I made for I'm having an event this weekend in Lafayette, Louisiana, a reading event and signing, and this is the fun part. I just Moonsong just came out October 1st, so it's brand new, but I've been working on it for over a year in its current state, and so I'd like to read it for you now, so you can enjoy Moonsong. Moonsong is, like I said, written and illustrated by me. It is about a little girl named Folky and her village, and here we go. Moonsong by Denise Gallagher. Folky's village had lost its moon. The village elders believed that singing called wild beasts from the nearby jungle, beasts with teeth and claws and no manners at all. They scolded and hushed and shushed and harumphed. No singing at the table, no singing during chores, no singing during lessons, and no singing at night. And one day, their moon just vanished. And when the skies became a darkest dark, the villagers shivered and shook. For from the jungle they heard grunts and growls, bellows and howls, jabbers and snarls. Only Folky listened happily, for Folky had a secret. Though she'd been warned, Folky had made friends with a tiger. She met the tiger under shady leaves and twisty vines. They tumbled and danced and shared stories and cakes. But why do you no longer sing? Asked the tiger. Well, the elders have warned us, Folky explained. Singing calls the wild beasts, beasts with teeth and claws and no manners at all. Well, I'm a beast, said the tiger, and though I'm wild, each night I sing, hoping to return our long-lost moon. Your moon is lost too, Folky whispered, but how can I help? So the tiger taught Folky to sing. O round bright moon, O great friend moon, how you sparkle like sugar and shine like joy. And here I'm going to sing the song as I hear it. O round bright moon, O great friend moon, how you sparkle like sugar and shine like joy. Folky sang high and the tiger sang low. The bear cats, the frogs, and the monkeys joined in. Some men passing by spied the two. They heard the snarls and the grunts and the growls, and they were certain that Folky was in danger. The bear cats scattered, the monkeys screeched, and the tiger was tied with ropes and with vines. Folky cried out and reached for her friend, but the men carried the tiger away. She ran to the village on swift bare feet. "They've taken my friend," Folky cried. "But he's a wild beast," was all that she heard, "with teeth and claws and no manners at all." Folky stood alone, for no one would help. Everyone passes her by and no one will help. So Folky began to sing. "O round bright moon, O great friend moon, how you sparkle like sugar and shine like joy." To the villagers the song was familiar, and one by one they began to sing too. "Sparkle like sugar, sparkle like sugar, sparkle like sugar and shine like joy." Then, dancing through the night, at last there appeared a single sparkling moonbeam. Above the village rose the long-lost moon, the round, bright moon, the joyful moon. The men in the jungle dropped their ropes and their vines, and then the tiger was free. He flew through the jungle and joined Folky's song. When he reached the village, Folky threw her arms around the tiger's neck. The villagers smiled, for here was a beast, a friendly beast, a beast who had returned their long-lost moon. Now from that day to this, the villagers sing. They sing at the table. They sing during chores. They sing during lessons. They sing every night. They sing high and they sing low. They sing with the tigers. They sing with the frogs. They sing with the bearcats and the monkeys. They sing as the moonbeams dance. And Folky's village is shiny and happy and peaceful and joyful once more. And that's the end. Here's a little bit about me. I'll read it for you. When Denise Gallagher was a little girl, she was never without her pencil. She wrote stories and drew pictures and sang songs all the while. Now that she's a grown-up, she loves to share her stories and drawings with kids from all over the world. Her favorite things are weird animals, like the bearcat, which she has been told smells just like popcorn. She also likes fluffy cupcakes, brightly colored flowers, and singing to the moon, though she's really not very good at singing. She lives in Louisiana, where she rides her pet alligator to work every morning. That may or may not be true. Your guess is as good as mine. And that is Moonsong. And I'm so glad that you guys came by to hear me read. I'm going to talk a little bit about Moonsong and my process. Um, yes, I'm seeing some comments. Yes, it's odd to talk to the computer and trust someone is listening. So I'm glad to see you guys commenting, because that makes me really happy to know that you're listening. And if you have any questions, please type them in the notes, because I can see them, which is great, which is awesome. So my name is Denise Gallagher, and like I said, I'm an author and illustrator, but I was not always an author and illustrator. A long time ago, I graduated in graphic design, and I was an art director for many years. And I created billboards and brochures and ads, and I drew pictures for clients that were not children. And so I did, a lot of illustration that was different. It was a different style of illustration. But my dream, ever since I was young, was to write and illustrate the books that I loved when I was a little girl. And I had my favorites. I loved Eric Carle, Maurice Sendak. My very favorite book is this one, which my mom was a kindergarten teacher and she had this in her classroom, and it's called The Sorcerer's Apprentice, but it's illustrated by Tommy Ungerer, and he is a graphic designer as well, which is kind of cool because it kind of speaks to me. And but this book, as you can see, is really weird. It's got all kind of great weird stuff in it, which kind of speaks to me as an artist. I really like odd things and weird things, and how I got started writing for children was because I wanted my own things to illustrate. I wanted a story to illustrate, so I decided I would write my own. Um, and so this song, this book, Moonsong, started 11 years ago. I wrote the very first manuscript 11 years ago, and it was called um, Claire de Loup, which was a book about a girl and a wolf and in the forest, and it was 1,500 words long, which if any of you know about children's book, 1,500 words is really really long and much too long for a picture book. But at the time I was still working as a graphic designer, and I hadn't really started focusing on my career as a children's book author and illustrator. um, with I hadn't started really giving it the focus that it took to be actually become an author and illustrator. And I would at times visit the SCBWI website, which is the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators, and I would look on there, and I would see people living their dreams, and or living my dream, and being published and talking about their experience as an author and illustrator. And I dreamed of one day even just joining, because at the time, it was it seemed beyond my scope to even be a member. But now, the very first step that I took in becoming a published author and illustrator was to join SCBWI, and I'm so glad that I did, because once I joined, I started attending meetings and conferences, and really learning all about writing and illustrating for children, which it's so different than advertising, which seems like it seems like that would be obvious, but as an artist, there are so many different kinds of things that you can do with your art, but it's all different. And writing and illustrating for children is so much more um, different and fun, and uh, it takes a different sort of skill set that I didn't know that I didn't know that I didn't have, if that makes sense. So I met so many wonderful people in SCBWI, and I joined, a writers group, and I got critiques, and one of the critiques was, your manuscript is way too long, and I was like, but I love each and every word, but you have to kind of learn to be able to cut back and really see how your story is working, what are the important things, and how to speak to children, and still have the words be lyrical and wonderful and joyful, but in a concise way. And so I think that I achieved that after 11 years and three or four or five or 10 different iterations of the manuscript. I landed on where it is now, Moonsong. But along the way, there were three different illustration styles. When I first started, it was dark, more of a fairy tale, which it is kind of like a folk tale. And I spoke to a group last night, and they all agreed that it seemed like a folk tale um, that could have been in existence, which made me really happy, because I really wanted to feel that way. But the first iteration was very wordy and very long and very dark. And after getting some critiques and things like that, I scrapped it. Not completely, but like I started over. And I made it brighter. I made the main character younger, and I made it a little more lyrical, a little less wordy, and I got to a place where I really thought it was good, and I really believed in it. I believed that it could be published, it could be out there. And I had a literary rep who helped me try to sell it, and I got a lot of good feedback through her. But there was never the one. There was never the right home for, and it was called Claire de Loup at the time, which is Claire. Loup is wolf in French, and Claire like Claire de Lune. And so it was about a girl and a wolf in the forest, and it seemed like people were comparing it to Little Red Riding Hood, and which was not really like Little Red Riding Hood, but it kind of got lost in being a girl in the forest with a wolf. And then I attended a workshop given by SEBWI. Um, but Leslie Helakoski was telling us it was an all day workshop, and she kind of through the day she challenged us to take a story that we've been sort of having trouble with, or and she challenged us to really sort of step back and change something big about it. And it could be the main character, it could be the setting, it could be many different things, the way it's written. And I decided, what if I changed the setting? And decided, what if it was a little girl and a tiger in the jungle? And I completely scrapped again. I had already done many illustrations in a certain style, and I still have them, and keep those in my portfolio because I like them. But it's a girl and a wolf, and it's completely different. And I started over, and I wrote Moonsong, and I did some illustrations, and really sort of enjoyed how it was looking, and it was different, it was fresh, I had pushed myself further than I thought that I could, and I pushed it into something. I wasn't afraid to sort of scrap what I had done. Although, I mean, it took 11 years to do this. Like, it was like every 5 years, I was like, okay, how can I change it and make this fresh and new? And then I met Michelle McAvoy with the Little Press, and she and I talked about how we could see this being published. And we she helped me work on editing the text a little bit more, and really work on the page layout, and we worked together on um the different spreads and things like that, and she had some great ideas and helped me along. And now it is a published book, and I am so excited. Right now is the fun part. Now I get to reach out to families and children, and teachers and librarians, and other authors and illustrators, and really just talk about the process that I went through to get to this point. And like I said, this is the fun part. This is the part where I get to talk to you guys, and tell you about this long journey that it took from getting to from this point. And I will show you the very first sketch um, in my sketchbook, and that is, if you can see, let me see, hold this up. And I was still working at the advertising agency, and I would go on my lunch hour and sketch and draw and write words, the manuscript, in my sketchbook. And you can see, and this is how it started. And you can see that that's her name was Claire, and that's her wolf. And that was the very, very beginning. And now, like you see, it looks like this. So I just want to, my takeaway, I guess, is to maybe not quit. If something's not working, don't be afraid to start over, or to change something in your manuscript, or in your illustrations if you're an illustrator. Don't be afraid to start over. And I know it's hard, like, to kind of, and if it's not working, then you can go back. I mean, you don't have to like completely delete what you've written, but you'll see through some fresh eyes. And then also join a group. I really have enjoyed working with my writers group here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We have an Acadiana group. We've been meeting on Zoom, but it's just, and I really, working with my friends there, um, really has been helpful, because they'll now that we've worked together for a while, we're all kind, but we're all honest. and and it really helps, to have people in your corner, helping you uh, be the best that you can be, and produce the best work that you can, and in really pushing yourself to do that best, and to not be afraid to change, and to get out there, and it pays off in the end, and you'll find yourself here on Facebook Live talking to people and getting comments here. So I'm so glad. Thank you, Claire, for saying Moonsong is a beautiful book. Thank you, Melanie. What wonderful advice. Step back and change something big about the story. Yeah, that to me, that was the best advice that I could have gotten. And thank you, Leslie Hilikoski, for that. Michelle, thank you. Nice to see you. So, and thank you, Michelle, for all your wonderful help as far as marketing. Michelle is, that's the important stuff, but that's what we're doing right now, and it really is as fun as it is illustrating, and you work for 9 months uh, in your own little office, or your own little studio for 9 months, hoping that what you're doing is touching others people's lives, or resonating with authors and children and families and librarians, and now I get to see the fruits of all of that. So yeah, so I just want to thank everybody for coming to my little messy muse day of the International Day of the Girl talk, and I hope you guys have a great day, um, watching other illustrators and authors, and I've been watching along this morning, and I'm excited to see everybody's presentation, and everybody's hear a little bit about everybody's journey, and cheer on everybody. It's really a lot of work, but this is why we do it. I can't speak for all authors and illustrators, but I'm pretty sure I've met a bunch of them, and everybody's, you know, kid lit people are just the nicest people in the world, and they all do it because um, they love kids, and they love to share their stories, and they're creative people who want to share that creativity with you, and with your family, and with your children, and with librarians are the greatest, and teachers are awesome. I love teachers too. They're always the biggest advocates, and my joy is to share art and literature with children, and that's what I think I'm doing. And so I'm happy to do that. So, with having said all of that, to you guys, uh, on my computer, and that is it, about 4 minutes left. If anyone has any questions, but that's okay if you don't. I know this is kind of a different format, but really, it's been fun. It's been fun chatting with you. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for listening to me sing. I like I said, I'm not a great singer, but I had to write a tune to Moonsong because I knew that I would be talking to children, and the one of the greatest things was I visited a group of school children a couple of weeks ago, and they sang with me the Moon Song, and to look out into a group of 80 little children looking up at you singing, um, uh, sparkle like sugar, sparkle like sugar, sparkle like sugar, and shine like joy. Oh my gosh, my heart about exploded with joy. Um, it was the best thing. So I want to. I hope that you guys are inspired. Are wanting to keep on. Yeah, thanks for putting music into Kidlet. Well, my son is a violinist, and so I'm not musical at all, but I love music, and all of my books so far have some sort of musical component. And my dream is to actually have like Moonsong or another one of my books um, become a musical or a play with music, or have have the songs actually be scored and sung and, you know, professionally. So that is my next dream. That's my next goal. So so yeah. So okay. Well, my time is just about up, and I am so happy that I was invited to talk to you and to read to you today. And I hope you enjoy your rest of the day. Okay. Thanks. I'm gonna sign off now. Let's see if I can do this. Alrighty. And I'm trying to sign off. It's going to take me 2 minutes to sign off. Oh, here we go. End live video. Okay. Bye, everybody. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And visit denisegallagher.com to see more art and send me, you know, comments. And I hope you have a great day. Bye, everybody.